My friends, tonight I tell you a great secret, a truth hidden in plain sight, waiting only for the one who dares to believe. Faith, your faith, is the master key to all that you seek, the key that unlocks the treasures of heaven and brings them into form. Without faith, the door remains shut, but with it, all things are possible. Faith is not mere hope, not a passive wish for something to come. Faith is the certainty, the knowing, the unwavering conviction that what you have asked for is already yours. It is the bridge between the unseen and the seen, the formless and the formed. The world you experience is not shaped by circumstance, but by the state of your belief. You do not beg for blessings, you claim them. And when you claim them with conviction, the world must yield to your command. To live in faith is to see beyond what the eyes perceive, to hear beyond what the ears detect, to feel the reality of your desire before it takes form. When you walk by faith, you do not wait for evidence, you become the evidence. You assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, and in that assumption the universe bends to make it so. This is not theory, this is law. There is no greater power than faith in the unseen, for what is unseen is the very substance of creation. The moment you accept that what you seek is already yours, the moment you rest in the assurance of its presence, it begins to materialize. You do not need to force it, for faith is not struggle. Faith is surrender. It is resting in the knowledge that God's abundance is already flowing to you. Doubt is the only thief. It is the shadow that creeps in to steal your blessings. But the one who holds fast to faith, who refuses to waver, who does not ask when or how, but instead gives thanks as if the gift is already in hand, this is the one who moves mountains. For the world outside is only a reflection of the world within. Align your inner world with the certainty of divine abundance, and the outer world will have no choice but to reflect it. Do not wait for circumstances to change before you believe. Believe, and the circumstances must change. Act as if you are already blessed, and you will see blessings overflow in ways you could never have imagined. Faith is the only currency in the kingdom of God, the only key that unlocks the limitless storehouse of divine supply. Now, dare to believe, and it shall be so. Faith is not a mere word, not a passive thought, not something to be entertained only in moments of comfort. It is a living force, an unshakable power that shapes your reality. The unseen foundation of the world is built upon it. Everything you now experience, everything that has ever been made manifest in your life, is the result of faith. Whether it was faith in the good or faith in the bad, faith in abundance or faith in lack. For faith does not discriminate. It simply brings forth into reality that which you truly believe. Look around you. Every condition, every circumstance, every possession or lack thereof is the direct outgrowth of the ideas you have accepted as true. The moment you understand this, you realize that the key to transformation is not found in struggle or external effort, but in the unseen realm of belief. If you wish to change anything in your life, you must first change what you accept as true within yourself. The world is only a mirror reflecting back to you the sum total of your assumptions. You may say, but I have prayed, I have asked, I have waited, and still my blessings have not come. And I tell you, you have waited because you have doubted. You have waited because though you have spoken words of faith, in your heart you have entertained fear. You have begged for what you already possess, and in that act of begging, you have confirmed its absence. But faith does not beg. It claims. Faith does not hope, it knows. Faith does not wonder, it assumes. There is no power outside of you that decides when and how you shall be blessed. You yourself are the vessel through which divine abundance flows. You are the channel, the doorway, the means by which the infinite takes shape. God does not withhold blessings. It is only the divided mind, the uncertain heart, that blocks their manifestation. When you align with the truth that all you desire is already yours, the floodgates open. When you cease to question, when you cease to wonder, when you instead live and breathe the reality of your wish fulfilled, then and only then does it take form. Consider the farmer who plants a seed. He does not dig it up each day to check if it is growing. He does not despair, wondering if the harvest will come. He knows that the process is already underway, though it remains unseen beneath the soil. He waters the seed, he nurtures it, he trusts in the unseen workings of nature, and in due time the seed becomes the harvest. So too must you trust in the unseen workings of faith. Once you have planted the seed of belief, you must cease to question its growth. You must nurture it with expectation, with gratitude, with unwavering confidence that what you have claimed is already on its way. Some may say, but my circumstances tell me otherwise. My eyes see lack, my ears hear bad news, my hands grasp only emptiness. And I say to you, stop looking with the eyes of the flesh and begin to see with the eyes of the Spirit. What you now perceive is only the residue of past beliefs, the echo of old assumptions. Do not be deceived by appearances. They are but shadows cast by former thoughts. Instead, turn within. Turn to the only true reality, the unseen realm of imagination, the birthplace of all things. For what you assume to be true in the silence of your heart shall soon be made visible in the light of day. You do not need to struggle, you do not need to force, you do not need to push against the currents of life, hoping that something will change. You need only to assume, to believe, to accept as already done that which you desire. The moment you do this, the moment you embody the feeling of your wish fulfilled, reality begins to shift. People, events, circumstances, all will rearrange themselves to align with your inner world. This is not chance, this is not coincidence, this is law. There is no limit to what faith can achieve. There is no request too great, no dream too vast, no desire too bold. The only limitation is the one you place upon yourself. If you believe that abundance is reserved for others, then so it shall be. If you believe that blessings come only to the fortunate, then so it shall be. But if you dare to believe that all things are yours, that you are a rightful heir to divine abundance, then nothing shall be withheld from you. The greatest mistake is to wait for external signs before believing. The one who waits remains in waiting, for the law responds only to what is assumed as true now. You must act as though you already possess the thing you desire. You must feel the joy of it, the certainty of it, the gratitude of it. And in doing so, you shift from waiting to receiving. The universe does not delay. It only mirrors back to you the state of your belief. When you pray, do not pray as one who is begging at the feet of an unwilling giver. Pray as one who speaks to a loving Father, a Father who has already provided all things, a Father who withholds nothing from his children. Speak with gratitude, not with longing. Speak with confidence, not with doubt. Speak as one who knows that the answer is already given, and it shall be so. You have been given the power to create. You have been given dominion over your world. You have been given the ability to shape your reality through faith alone. If you wish to see transformation, do not seek it outside of yourself, seek it within. The kingdom of heaven is within you, and from that kingdom flows every blessing you could ever desire. Every great achievement, every great miracle, every great movement of divine abundance has begun in the unseen, in the quiet realm of faith. Before the walls of Jericho fell, faith was spoken. Before the Red Sea parted, faith was declared. Before sight was restored to the blind, faith was received. This is the pattern, the eternal law. Faith first, manifestation second. Do not be discouraged by delays, for in truth there are no delays, only the unfolding of divine timing. What you have claimed is already yours. It is only the conditioning of your own mind that determines when and how you shall receive it. The moment you remove doubt, the moment you cast aside fear, The moment you stand unwavering in the certainty of your desire's fulfillment, the world must conform. You are not separate from God. You are not separate from the abundance you seek. The blessings you desire are not far off in some distant future. They are here now, waiting only for your acceptance. The power has been in your hands all along, and faith is the key that unlocks it. There is nothing more to seek. There is only the decision to believe, the willingness to accept, the courage to stand firm in the unseen truth. The world may call it foolishness, but those who understand know that faith is the only reality, and all else is but a reflection of its power. Now go forth and believe, not with hesitation, not with half-hearted expectation, but with the full certainty that what you desire is already yours. Let the world around you shift, let the circumstances bend, let the blessings pour forth. For the moment you assume, the moment you accept, the moment you dare to live as though the promise is already fulfilled, the abundance of God will flood into your life beyond measure. Faith is not just a fleeting thought, not just a whispered prayer in the night. It is the very essence of creation, the substance of all things seen and unseen. It is the invisible hand shaping the visible world, the power that brings the formless into form. When you understand this, you will see that your faith is not a small thing, not an abstract concept, but the very key that unlocks the doors to all the blessings you have ever desired. There is no mystery to faith, for it is always at work. It is either working for you or against you, depending on what you accept as true. If you believe in lack, if you expect struggle, if you assume difficulty, then these shall be your portion. Not because they are meant for you, not because you are unworthy of better, but simply because you have placed your faith in them. And what you place your faith in must come to pass, for that is the law. The moment you shift your belief, the moment you take your faith away from limitation and place it in divine abundance, your world begins to change. Not slowly, not over the course of years, but instantly in the unseen realm, and soon after in the world of form. The delay is never in the promise. The delay is only in your willingness to believe without wavering. The more steadfast you are, the quicker the manifestation comes. Some say, "But I have been waiting for so long. I have believed, and still I have not received." And I say to you, have you truly believed? Or have you only hoped, only wished, only entertained faith for a moment before falling back into doubt? For faith is not a temporary thought. It is a state of being. It is a knowing so deep that even if all the evidence before you screams otherwise, you remain unshaken. It is the unwavering conviction that what you have asked for is already yours. You must not look at what is and let it define what will be. What is only the outpicturing of past faith, past thoughts, past assumptions. It has no power to determine what will come unless you continue to accept it as the truth. If you desire a new reality, you must look beyond appearances. You must see with the eyes of faith, hear with the ears of faith, walk in the certainty of faith. And as you do, the world will be forced to conform to your new belief. You cannot serve two masters. You cannot declare abundance and still dwell in lack. You cannot affirm health while still holding on to sickness. You cannot speak of love while believing in loneliness. The universe responds only to what you truly accept, not to what you merely say with your lips. Your outer world is the mirror of your inner world, and the moment you change within, the world outside must follow. Do not be swayed by what others say. Do not be moved by the opinions of those who have not yet understood the power of faith. They may call it foolishness, they may call it impossible, but their words hold no power unless you accept them. What they believe does not matter. Only what you believe shapes your world. If you believe in divine abundance, if you believe that God's blessings are already yours, then no force on earth can keep them from you. The great secret is this: the moment you feel the reality of your desire, the moment you rest in the assurance that it is done, you have already received it. The world may take time to catch up, but the work is finished in the unseen. Your only task is to hold firm, to remain steadfast, to refuse to entertain even the smallest doubt, for doubt is the only thing that can delay what is already yours. Faith is not something to be practiced once and forgotten. It is a way of life. It is the foundation upon which everything else stands. Each day you must renew your faith. Each moment you must align yourself with the truth that God's abundance is already flowing to you. When you do this, you become a magnet for blessings, a vessel through which divine favor overflows. Do not say, "I will believe when I see it." Say instead, "I see it now in my spirit, and so it must be." For the world does not give you what you ask for. It gives you what you expect. And expectation is nothing more than faith in action. The one who expects good receives good. The one who expects difficulty finds difficulty. Expect only the best, and the best will become your reality. You may wonder, how do I cultivate this kind of faith? How do I reach the place where I believe so deeply that nothing can shake me? And I tell you, it is not something that comes from effort. It is not something that requires struggle. It is something that simply is. You do not try to believe, you decide to believe. You do not wrestle with doubt, you dismiss it. You do not wait for proof, you become the proof. Feel now the reality of your desire. Let it fill you. Let it overflow within you. Do not look to the world for confirmation. Let the confirmation come from within. Speak as though it is already done. Walk as though it is already yours. Give thanks as though you have already received. And as surely as the sun rises, your world will shift to match your conviction. There is no power in the universe that can oppose the one who believes. There is no force strong enough to deny the one who stands unwavering in faith. For the law is absolute, and what you claim in the unseen must be made visible. The only question is, will you claim your blessings? Will you stand firm in the knowledge that they are already yours? Or will you allow fear and doubt to rob you of what has been prepared for you? Do not delay any longer. Do not wait for signs, for the sign comes after the belief, not before. Accept now that you are already blessed. Accept now that abundance is already yours. Accept now that all you have desired is already moving toward you. Stand firm in this knowing, and watch as the doors swing open, the way becomes clear, and the blessings of God pour into your life without measure. For faith is the key, and the moment you use it, the kingdom of heaven is opened unto you. Faith is not a distant hope, not a wish upon the stars, not a fragile thing that must be protected from the winds of doubt. It is the unshakable foundation upon which all things are built, the eternal law by which the seen world is formed. It is the very substance of your blessings, the force that calls forth the invisible and clothes it in form. To the one who understands this truth, there is nothing impossible, for all things respond to faith. You must not think of faith as something that comes and goes, something that must be cultivated with great effort. Faith is always present. The question is not whether you have faith, but where you have placed it. Have you placed it in lack, in struggle, in delay? Have you placed it in the words of others who say it cannot be done? Or have you placed it in the unchanging truth that God's abundance is already flowing to you, that the blessings you seek are already yours? To believe in divine abundance is not to wish for it, not to hope for it, but to accept it as the only reality. The world may say otherwise, the circumstances may try to contradict you, but the one who walks in faith does not concern themselves with appearances. They know that what is seen today is only the result of yesterday's beliefs, and that what will be seen tomorrow is being shaped by the convictions held today. The world is not fixed, it is fluid, responding at every moment to the state of your faith. Some will say, "I believe, but I still see lack, I still feel struggle, I still face difficulty." And I tell you, to truly believe is not to acknowledge the absence of your desire, but to live as though it is already fulfilled. If you say, "I believe, I will receive," you are still placing the blessing in the future, still separating yourself from it. But if you say, "I have already received," and you feel the truth of those words within you, then you have made the claim that compels reality to respond. It is not enough to wish for abundance. It is not enough to hope for change. You must embody the state of already having. When you pray, do not pray as one who pleads with a distant God, but as one who thanks a loving Father for what is already given. Speak not as one who hopes to be blessed, but as one who knows they are blessed beyond measure. Walk not as one who waits for their desires to be fulfilled, but as one who already lives in the fulfillment of them. Faith does not ask for permission. It does not seek approval. It does not waver between belief and doubt. Faith simply is. It declares what is true and then rests, knowing that the work is already done. The moment you accept this, the moment you live in the certainty that your blessings are already flowing to you, you will see that reality itself bends to accommodate your belief. Doubt is the only thief, the only barrier, the only delay. It whispers, but what if it does not come? It asks, what if I am wrong? And in giving it attention, you give it power. The one who doubts today will doubt tomorrow, and in that doubt they create delay after delay, waiting for a sign, waiting for proof, when all along the proof was within them. You must silence the voice of doubt with the voice of knowing. You must say it is done, and refuse to entertain even the slightest hesitation. Do not measure your faith by what your eyes see. Do not measure your progress by the movement of external circumstances. Measure it by the certainty in your heart, by the peace that comes from knowing that what you have claimed in faith cannot be denied. The world may shake, circumstances may shift, people may say it is impossible, but none of that matters. What you have accepted as true in faith is already on its way to you. The only question is, will you stand firm in that knowing, or will you allow appearances to sway you? Some will say, but I have believed before, and still I have not seen the blessings I desired. And I tell you, belief is not a momentary thing. It is not a fleeting thought. It is not something you hold for a time and then let go. It must become your state of being, the very air you breathe, the foundation upon which you stand. If you have not received, it is not because faith has failed, but because you have allowed doubt to creep in, because you have looked too long at what is instead of standing firm in what must be. You must see yourself as already blessed. You must walk each day as if your desires have already been fulfilled. You must speak, not as one who is waiting, but as one who has already received. And when the world asks, where is your proof? You must smile, for you know that the proof will come only after the belief is established, never before. The seed does not prove itself the moment it is planted. The farmer does not wait for signs before trusting in the harvest. He knows that the growth is already happening beneath the soil, unseen but inevitable. So too must you trust in the unseen workings of faith. Your task is not to struggle, not to force, not to beg for what is already yours. Your task is to believe so completely, so unwaveringly, that the world has no choice but to conform. If you can do this, if you can walk in faith each day without questioning, without doubting, without looking to the world for confirmation, then you will see miracles unfold before you. You will see doors open where there were none. You will see provision appear when it was least expected. You will see the world shift to match the state of your belief. And when the blessings come, do not say, it was chance, it was luck, it was coincidence. Know that it was always yours, always waiting for you to claim it. Know that faith was the key that unlocked the door, and when the next challenge arises, do not return to doubt. Do not return to hesitation. Stand even firmer in the truth. For now you have seen with your own eyes what faith can do. You are not meant to live in struggle. You are not meant to live in lack. You are not meant to live as one who hopes for blessings but never receives them. You are meant to walk in divine abundance, to live as one who is constantly receiving, constantly overflowing, constantly expanding into greater and greater expressions of God's limitless love. The moment you accept this, the moment you refuse to entertain any thought that contradicts it, the moment you decide that faith is the only reality you will acknowledge, your life will be transformed beyond measure. Do not wait any longer. Do not hesitate. Do not look to the world for proof before believing. Believe now, claim now, give thanks now, and as surely as the dawn follows the night, your blessings will flow to you in ways beyond anything you could have imagined. Faith is the key, and the door is already open. Walk through it and receive what has been waiting for you all along. Faith is not the hope that something might come to pass. It is the absolute conviction that it already has. It does not wait for the world to change before believing. It believes, and the world changes as a result. There is no waiting in faith, no hesitation, no wondering when or how. Faith does not seek confirmation from the senses. It is its own confirmation. To walk in faith is to stand in the full assurance that all you have asked for is already yours, that the blessings of God are already flowing to you even before you see a single sign. You must not measure the power of faith by what is visible. The seen world is but a reflection of past beliefs, a delayed shadow of what has already been established in the unseen. Do not mistake the present condition for truth. It is only the remnant of old assumptions. If you wish to see something new, you must first believe in the unseen reality of it. You must hold fast to the inner conviction that your desire is already fulfilled, and in doing so you call it forth into existence. You do not need to fight, to struggle, to prove yourself worthy. The blessings of God are not earned, nor are they given sparingly. They are already yours by divine right. There is no need to plead, no need to beg, no need to convince anyone, for the abundance of God is already flowing toward you in unlimited measure. The only requirement is that you believe, that you accept, that you stand firm in the certainty that you are already blessed. Doubt is the only hindrance, the only obstacle, the only barrier between you and your blessings. Doubt is the voice that whispers, but what if it does not happen? And in entertaining that voice you create resistance. Faith allows, faith trusts, faith rests in the assurance that what has been declared in the Spirit must come to pass in the physical world. The moment you remove doubt, the moment you refuse to give it any place in your mind, the blessings that have been waiting for you are free to flow. Some will say, but I have believed before and still I have not received. And I tell you, true belief is not temporary, not something held for a moment and then abandoned. It is a state of being, an unshakable knowing. If you find yourself wavering, questioning, wondering if what you desire will ever come, then your faith is not yet complete. You must move beyond hope, beyond wishing, beyond temporary belief, into the unshakable conviction that what you have claimed is already yours. Look at the great miracles, the great manifestations, the great works of faith that have been recorded throughout time. Not one of them was the result of hesitation. Not one of them came from a mind that wavered between belief and doubt. They were all brought forth by those who stood firm, who refused to accept any reality other than the one they had claimed in faith. The same law applies to you. The same power is within you. The same ability to call forth blessings from the unseen into the seen is already yours. The only question is, will you believe without wavering? Do not wait for conditions to change before you believe. Believe, and the conditions must change. Do not wait for a sign before you claim your blessings. Claim them now, and the signs will follow. The law is absolute. As you believe, so shall it be done unto you. There is no exception, no special circumstance, no situation too difficult. The moment you fully accept that your desires are already fulfilled, the moment you cease questioning and stand in the certainty of it, the entire universe moves to bring it to pass. Faith is not a matter of effort. It is not a forceful attempt to will something into being. It is not a battle against circumstances. Faith is rest. Faith is ease. Faith is the quiet knowing that what you have asked for is already done. It is the ability to live each day in peace, without anxiety, without doubt, without the need for external validation. It is the assurance that your blessings are already on their way, even if you see no evidence of them yet. You must not allow the world to dictate what is possible for you. You must not accept the limitations that others impose. You must not look at circumstances and allow them to define what you can or cannot have. Faith is the rejection of limitation, the refusal to accept anything less than the fullness of God's abundance. The moment you decide that you are already blessed, that you already possess all that you desire, that there is no power that can keep your blessings from you, that is the moment you step into the fullness of faith. You do not need to understand how it will happen. The how is not your concern. Your only task is to believe, to accept, to stand firm in the knowing that it is already done. The path will reveal itself. The way will be made clear. The necessary steps will unfold before you, but none of that will happen until you first accept that it is already yours. This is the great secret, the hidden key to unlocking the abundance of God. The moment you claim it, it is already done. There is no limitation except the one you accept. There is no delay except the one you create. There is no obstacle except the doubt that you allow to remain in your mind. The moment you remove all hesitation, all fear, all questioning, the moment you decide that faith is the only reality, your world must shift to reflect that truth. The universe has no choice but to conform to the state of your belief. Live now as though your blessings have already been received. Speak now as though you are already walking in divine abundance. Give thanks now as though every desire has already been fulfilled. And in doing so, you will see that faith is not something that merely hopes for a future blessing. It is the present reality that brings all things into being. Faith does not ask when, it declares now. Faith does not wonder if, it proclaims it is done. The world may try to tell you otherwise. Circumstances may attempt to shake you. The voices of doubt may whisper in your ear. But none of these things have any power unless you give it to them. Stand firm in your conviction. Do not waver. Do not allow the illusion of delay to convince you that your blessings are not already on their way. Know with absolute certainty that all you have asked for is already yours, that God's abundance is already flowing to you, that nothing can stand in the way of the fulfillment of your desires. This is the truth that transforms lives. This is the law that governs all things. This is the secret that has been known by those who have walked in divine favor throughout history. Faith is not a distant dream, not an empty hope, not a mere possibility. It is the unbreakable law of creation, the very power by which all things come into being. The moment you accept this, the moment you refuse to entertain any thought that contradicts it, the moment you stand unwavering in the knowing that you are already blessed, that is the moment your world will change. Do not hesitate, do not delay, do not wait for permission from the world to believe in what is already yours. Step now into the fullness of faith. Accept now the blessings that have been waiting for you. Declare now that all you have asked for is already fulfilled. And as surely as the sun rises, as surely as the seasons change, as surely as night follows day, your faith will bring forth abundance beyond anything you have ever imagined. Faith is the key, and the door is already opened. Walk through it now and receive all that has been waiting for you. You must see yourself as already possessing every good thing you desire. Do not wait for it to appear before you claim it. Do not ask whether it is possible. Do not wonder if you are worthy. All that exists is already yours by divine inheritance. The only question is, will you accept it? Will you take hold of it with unwavering faith? Or will you continue to allow doubt and fear to keep you from what has already been prepared for you? The one who walks in faith does not ask for signs. They know that signs will follow belief, not precede it. They do not wait for proof before they claim their blessings. They do not look at circumstances and determine their worth based on what they see. They know that the unseen is the true reality, and that the seen world must always conform to the convictions held in faith. You must move beyond the mind that seeks evidence. You must move beyond the eyes that look for confirmation. You must trust so completely in the unseen reality of your blessings that nothing in this world can shake you. It is not enough to say you believe. You must live in the full assurance that all you desire is already accomplished. When you speak, speak as one who already has. When you act, act as one who is already blessed. When you pray, pray as one who is giving thanks for what is already done, not as one who is pleading for what they hope to receive. The power of faith is not in the words you speak, but in the conviction behind them. It is not in the actions you take, but in the certainty with which you take them. It is not in the appearance of your current circumstances, but in your ability to look beyond them and see only the reality of what you have claimed. The world may say one thing, but if your faith says another, the world must change. This is the law. Do not be deceived by appearances. They are but a shadow, a reflection of past thoughts and beliefs. They are not fixed, they are not permanent, they are not immovable. They can shift in an instant, the moment you decide to believe in something greater. The one who understands this is never troubled by what they see, for they know that what they see today is only a reflection of yesterday's thoughts, and what they will see tomorrow depends entirely on what they believe today. So do not place your faith in what is, place your faith in what must be. Do not look at the lack and call it real. Look at the abundance within you and call it forth. Do not acknowledge struggle and give it power. Acknowledge only the ease, the flow, the divine favor that is already yours. If you refuse to accept anything less than the fullness of God's blessings, then that is all you will receive. The power of your faith is limitless. There is no situation too difficult, no circumstance too dire, no desire too great. The only limitation is the one you place upon yourself. If you believe that something is beyond your reach, then it will remain so. If you believe that you are unworthy, then you will not receive. But the moment you cast aside these false limitations, the moment you decide that you are worthy, that you are already blessed, that there is nothing standing between you and your desires, then the floodgates of divine abundance will open. Some may look at their lives and say, but my struggles are real, my hardships are real, my lack is real. And I tell you, they are real only because you have given them power. They exist because you have accepted them as truth. The moment you decide to believe in something greater, they must fade away. The moment you refuse to entertain them as reality, they must dissolve. Your faith is the only determining factor. It is not the world that dictates your blessings, it is you. Do not say, I will believe when I see it. Say instead, I see it now, and so it must be. Feel it now, claim it now, live in the joy of it now. If you can do this, if you can hold this conviction without wavering, then nothing can stand between you and the manifestation of your desires. The world itself will shift to accommodate your belief. Faith is not about waiting for the right moment. It is not about hoping that one day things will change. It is about knowing that they have already changed, that the moment you claimed your blessing, it was already done. Time is only a veil, an illusion that separates you from the immediate reality of your desires. The stronger your faith, the thinner this veil becomes, until finally what was once unseen is made visible before your very eyes. You do not need to struggle for what is already yours. You do not need to chase what is already on its way to you. You need only to align yourself with the reality of your blessings, to step into the version of yourself that already has them. Speak like one who is blessed, walk like one who is blessed, think like one who is blessed, and soon the world will have no choice but to reflect back to you the truth that you have already claimed. Do not entertain doubt for even a moment. Do not allow it a foothold in your mind. The instant you begin to question, you introduce resistance. The instant you wonder when or how, you create delay. But the one who knows, the one who believes without question, the one who stands firm in faith without needing proof, This is the one who sees miracles unfold effortlessly. The universe moves for the one who does not doubt. You have been given the power to create, the power to manifest, the power to shape your world according to your belief. This is not a gift given to a select few. It is a gift given to all who will use it. It is not reserved for the fortunate, the lucky, or the chosen. It is available to anyone who dares to believe. The moment you decide that this power is yours, the moment you refuse to accept anything less than divine abundance, the moment you stand in the knowing that all you desire is already yours, the world must respond. Do not seek permission to be blessed. Do not wait for others to agree with your vision. Do not ask for approval from a world that does not yet understand the power of faith. Claim what is yours now. Speak it into existence now. Live as though it is already done, and soon you will see the evidence of your belief all around you. You are not meant to live in lack. You are not meant to struggle. You are not meant to wonder when your blessings will arrive. They are already here. The only thing standing between you and them is the depth of your faith. If you believe completely, without hesitation, without fear, without doubt, then nothing can keep them from you. So step into the fullness of your faith now. Refuse to accept anything less than what is rightfully yours. Declare your blessings, speak them into being, live in the joy of already having received, and as surely as night turns to day, as surely as the seasons change, as surely as the law of faith is unbreakable, your world will shift to reflect your conviction. You are already blessed, you are already abundant, you are already standing in the favor of God. There is nothing more to wait for, nothing more to seek, only to believe, to accept, to live in the fullness of faith. And as you do, the abundance of God will pour into your life beyond measure, in ways greater than you have ever imagined. Faith is the key, and the door is already opened. Step through it now and receive what has been waiting for you all along. There is no separation between you and the blessings you seek. There is no distance, no obstacle, no delay except the one you create in your own mind. The moment you recognize that you are not waiting for abundance, but that abundance is waiting for you to claim it, everything changes. The moment you stop seeing yourself as someone who must strive, who must struggle, who must prove their worthiness before receiving, you will step into the reality of your true power. You are already worthy. You are already chosen. You are already in possession of every good thing you could ever desire. It is only a matter of aligning your mind with that truth, of walking in the certainty that what you have declared in faith is already yours. Faith is not a process of convincing yourself. It is not a game of repeating words without conviction, hoping that if you say something enough times, it will one day become true. Faith is not a magic formula. It is the very law of creation itself. The world does not respond to empty words. It responds to the inner conviction with which those words are spoken. It is not enough to affirm abundance while secretly believing in lack. It is not enough to declare success while fearing failure. You must believe with every fiber of your being that what you desire is already done, that it is already present, that it already belongs to you. Do not look to the world for evidence before you believe. The world is only a mirror, a reflection of your inner world. If you wait for proof before believing, you will wait forever, for the proof only appears after faith has been fully accepted. The moment you declare it is already mine and live as though it is, the world must rearrange itself to reflect that truth. It has no choice. The law is unbreakable. The only delay is the hesitation within you, the moments when you question, the moments when you allow old beliefs to creep back in. But the instant you remove doubt completely, the instant you refuse to entertain anything except the reality of your blessing, it will manifest before you. Some will ask, but what if I fail? What if I believe and nothing happens? And I say to you, there is no failure except in the refusal to believe. There is no risk in faith no loss in standing firm in your conviction. The only true failure is in doubting your own power, in turning away from the truth that you are the creator of your experience. Every great movement of divine abundance has been accomplished by those who refused to entertain the idea of failure, those who saw only the reality of what they desired and would not accept anything less. The same is true for you. The same law applies to you. You are not an exception, for faith excludes no one. It is the gift given to all who will use it. When you ask not as one who is begging, but as one who is claiming what already belongs to them. When you declare not as one who is uncertain, but as one who is simply stating a fact. When you walk not as one who is waiting, but as one who is already in possession of their desires. The world does not question those who move with certainty, those who expect blessings, those who carry themselves as though they are already standing in divine favor. It only responds to them, it must obey them, for they have aligned themselves with the higher law of faith. You do not need to convince anyone else. You do not need approval from the world. You do not need anyone to agree with you. You only need to agree with yourself. If you believe, then that is enough. If you know beyond all doubt that what you desire is already yours, then nothing else matters. No one else's opinion has any power over you unless you allow it to. No external circumstance can stand in your way unless you give it permission. The only authority in your world is your own faith. And when you stand in that faith, unwavering and absolute, the world will have no choice but to conform. Some will try to tell you that things take time, that you must be patient, that you must work hard, that you must earn your blessings. But I tell you, time is an illusion. Hard work is not the key. Effort alone does not create abundance. What does? The absolute certainty that it is already yours. The one who believes in delay will experience delay. The one who believes they must struggle will experience, but the one who believes that all things are already finished, that what they have claimed in faith is already present, will see it materialize before them with ease. Faith does not require effort, it requires surrender. Surrender not to the world, not to circumstances, not to limitations, but to the truth that what is unseen is more real than what is seen, that what is within you is greater than what is outside of you, that the moment you declare something is true and refuse to waver, the universe itself will move to make it so. There is no force strong enough to resist true faith, no obstacle that can stand in its way, no delay that can hold back what has already been declared in certainty. So do not wait, do not hesitate, do not ask when or how, simply declare it is done, and let that be enough. Live as though it is already true. Let every thought, every action, every word reflect the reality of your blessing. And as surely as the stars shine in the night sky, as surely as the tides follow the moon, as surely as the seasons change, your faith will bring forth what has already been waiting for you. Do not entertain fear. Do not entertain doubt. Do not look at circumstances and allow them to dictate what is possible. The moment you do, you begin to undo what your faith has already set in motion. Stand firm, stand unwavering, stand in the absolute certainty that all things are already given to you. And in doing so, you will see miracles unfold. You will see doors open. You will see abundance pour into your life in ways that defy all logic, all reason, all expectation. You are not separate from God. You are not separate from divine abundance. You are not separate from the blessings you seek. They are already yours. You are already chosen. You are already standing in favor. The only thing left is for you to believe it so completely that the world has no choice but to reflect it back to you. This is not theory, this is law, this is truth. And those who understand it, those who apply it, those who refuse to waver in their conviction will see their lives transformed beyond measure. It has already been given. The only thing left is for you to receive. Receive it now. Accept it now. Walk in the fullness of your blessings now, and as you do, the kingdom of heaven will be made manifest in your life, overflowing, abundant, without measure. Faith is the key. The door is open. Walk through it now, and take hold of what has been waiting for you all along. And so I tell you now, there is nothing more to wait for. There is no more permission to seek, no more proof to require, no more hesitation to entertain. The blessings you desire, the abundance you seek, the divine favor that has always been yours is already here. It has been waiting for you to step into the fullness of faith, to claim it as your own, to accept it without question, without doubt, without resistance. You are not a beggar before God. You are not one who must struggle to be worthy. You are an heir to infinite abundance, a vessel through which divine power flows, a creator of your reality through the simple act of belief. The only task before you is to decide, will you continue to live as though you are separate from your blessings, or will you embrace the truth that they are already yours? If you believe fully, without fear, without hesitation, without allowing the world to sway you, then nothing can stand in your way. The universe must yield to the one who walks in faith. The doors must open, the way must be made clear, the blessings must pour forth. This is the law. This is the truth. This is the key that unlocks all things. So go now, not as one who hopes, but as one who knows, not as one who waits, but as one who has already received. Walk in faith, speak in faith, live in faith, and as surely as the stars shine above, as surely as the sun rises each day, as surely as the divine presence within you is limitless and unfailing, your world will transform. For faith is the key, and the door is already open. Step through it now and receive what has been waiting for you all along.
should